Today we are going to read the chapter Bholi. Now, here what happened. Like this chapter was written by K.A. Abbas. The story revolves around a girl who, due to accidental fall and disease in her childhood, faces the problem of being dull and ugly. She is always a target by everyone for not being good looking and intelligent. So, this story is based on a girl whose name was Bholi. Here, her name was Sulekha, but since her childhood, everyone had been calling her Bholi, the simpleton. She was the fourth daughter of Nambadar Ramlal. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the cot on her head and perhaps it had damaged some part of her brain. That was why she remained a backward child and came to be known as Bholi, the simpleton. Now, here, backward means backward child word is used here. That means slow learner. So, the narrator described a girl whose name was Sulekha. She was the fourth daughter of the Namadar landlord. Namadar means landlord Ramlal. So Sulekha was called Bholi since her childhood. She was called so for being a slow learner. All this happened because she had fallen on on her head from a narrow bed when she was only 10 months old. This had led to the damage of some part of her brain, making her a slow learner. So this was the mishappening which had happened at the age when she was only 10 months old. So we can say this is the incidents which she suffered. Now here, at birth, the child was very fair and pretty. But when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. Only the eyes were saved, but the entire body was permanently disfigured by deep black poke marks. Little Sulekha could not speak till she was 5, and when at last she learned to speak, she stammered. The other children often made fun of her and mimicked her. As a result, she talked very little. Now, here, poke marks are the spots on the skin. Stammered, you can say, stammered means those people who are having problem on speaking. They use the same sound twice, thrice, so they are not able to speak in a proper way. Or you can say, fumbled for words, who are not able to speak in a proper way. Mimicked means copy. We do sometimes we also copy someone, the way, the style they used to have. So in the same way, mimicked means copying someone. So now when she was born, she was very fair and beautiful. But when the child was 2 years old, she caught smallpox. I think you all are aware of the disease smallpox, which left spots on her whole body. Only her eyes were saved from it. So she started speaking when she turned 5 and would often fumble. Now, here what happened, this is also a kind of a mishappening which had happened with her. Like when she was 10 months old, she fell down from the cot. Now, secondly, when she was 2 years old, that time smallpox, she got the attack of smallpox, and when she turned to 5, therefore for that time she was not able to speak, and when she started speaking, so that time people came to know that she stammered. So this is a misery. This is the incidents which she was facing. Now what happened? Only her eyes were saved. And when she started speaking, when she turned 5 and would often fumble, other children made fun of her and copied her. This made her feel so bad that she stopped speaking. So sometimes, it is very bad thing that you are making fun of anyone. So it can hurt someone. So don't make fun of anyone, and no need to hurt anyone, because you don't know which situation is going on to the other person and how the person is feeling at that time. So don't make fun of any person for their disability or whatever. If they are not able to do anything, so don't make fun of them. In spite of making fun, you can support them, you can help them, you can motivate them. So here what happened, because of this, because other children made fun of her and copied her, they do mimicry of that girl, so this made her feel so bad that she stopped speaking. So see how negative uh, it affected her, that while she used to speak, that time she was stammering, and because of the fun making kids who used to make fun of her, she stopped speaking too. Here, Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and the youngest of them was Bholi. It was a prosperous farmer's household, and there was plenty to eat and drink. All the children except Bholi were healthy and strong. The sons had been sent to the city to study in school and later in colleges. Of the daughters, Radha, the eldest, had already been married. The second daughter, Mangla's marriage had also been settled. And when that was done, Ramlal would think of the third Champa. They were good looking, healthy girls, and it was not difficult to find bridegrooms for them. But Ramlal was worried about Bholi. She had neither good looks nor intelligence. Now, in this stanza, Ramlal had 7 children. It is mentioned that he was having 7 children. 3 are son and 4 are daughters. And Bholi was the youngest child. So, as you know, that Ramlal was a rich farmer, and he provide the family with good food. He was having plenty of food. There is no lack of food, so they all are having enough food, sufficient food to have. And because of that, his children were healthy and strong. Except whom? Except Bholi. His son were sent to the city to study. Even he sent his son to the city for study at the school and colleges too. Now, about the daughters, it is mentioned Radha was his eldest daughter, who was married, and Mangla's marriage had been fixed, and now it was Champa, the third daughter. At all of them healthy, and they all are very healthy and beautiful. And Mangla marriage had been fixed, and now it was Champa, the third daughter's turn. As all of them were healthy and beautiful girls, it was not tough to marry them off. The main concern for Ramlal was Bholi, because she was not beautiful, and even because why she was not beautiful, she was looking ugly because of the smallpox on her whole body. Now here, like Bholi was 7 years old. Bholi was not beautiful or not intelligent too. So it was not easy to find bridegroom for her. And this is the main cause of tension for Ramlal. Bholi was 7 years old when Mangla was married. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in their village. The Tehsildar Sahib came to perform its opening ceremony. He said to Ramlal, as a revenue official, you are the representative of the government in the village, and so you must set an example to the villagers. You must send your daughter, you must send your daughters to school. Tehsildar means district collector, and representative means spokesperson. Here in this line, we can see Bholi was 7 years old when her elder sister Mangla got married. That year, a primary school for girls was opened in the village. The Tehsildar, that means district collector, visited to inaugurate it. He asked Ramlal to send his daughters to school. He encouraged him to do so because as he was the revenue official, his act of sending his daughters to school would serve as an example for the villagers. This was led to the education of girls in the village because in at that time people don't consider their daughters to send school because they think if they will send their daughter to school so no one will gonna marry with the girls. And even the old custom and tradition was there, you can say gender inequality is also there, so they don't prefer girls education. So but instead of that, Tehsildar said to Ramlal to send his daughters to the school. Now here, that's all for today. We'll continue it in our next part.